Hi guys, hi guys, hi guys, hi guys. It's good to see you. Thank you for being here. Thank you to all of those who just got off the call with me. Day 4 of the Leap and Shine online teleconference. We have just been speaking with Donna Smith Bellinger. She was absolutely a powerhouse. She calls herself the Queen of Real Talk, and she is absolutely that. She is the Queen of Real Talk. I mean, so much value, so much honesty, so much truth, so much benefits, so much wisdom packed into that 1 hour. I almost didn't want to let her go. Seriously, guys. But unfortunately, we had just 1 hour and I had to let her go because I'm preparing to host Brandy Miller in the next few minutes, less than 30 minutes. So guys, this is me jumping on as I always do. After speaking with each one of my speakers, I like to come on here and be accountable to you and tell you how the session went and tell you from my perspective. Now, I may not always do, my speakers are experts in their field. I may not always do them justice, and I'm multitasking as I'm speaking to them, interviewing them, I'm listening to them, and I'm checking various things at the same time. I'm on different platforms at the same time. So I do try to get some nuggets and some notes so I can come back here and tell you what went down. Now, connection, so I had to wait. Poor connection. I apologize. So as I knew that it would be, because Donna has we have a group for the speakers and the crew of the LSC, and Donna has been in there, and she came in with her huge personality, and her welcome, her pleasure to interview. So she hasn't disappointed. She's full of wisdom. She's full of tips and strategies, and there was so much to learn in just that one short hour. Now, I have said to Donna that come next year, what I would like to do ideally would be to bring her, in person. Donna is obviously from the United States, as you know. I'd love to bring her in person over to the United Kingdom so that we can do something together. And we're going to try and make that happen, because I do think that with someone like this, you need more than 1 hour to get out, the source, the juice of what she has to offer. So guys, you already know, of course, that the LSC conference, the Leap and Shine conference, is going to go live next year, and it's going to be bigger and it's going to be better. So there are opportunities there to ask someone like Donna to come and speak with us at the live event. So very quickly, to give you a few snippets and a few nuggets. So Donna, let me just introduce her. She is known as the Business Revenue Accelerator and a business development author. She's a keynote speaker. She's a trainer, creator of Revenue Up, from sluggish to sensational in sales. She's a sales animal, basically. Now, she believes that sales is the lifeblood of business, that without sales, businesses can't scale or grow or fulfill their potential. And with every business that is set up, obviously there is a potential that the founder of the business attaches to the business. So Donna Smith Bellinger has spent most of her 30 plus years career leading, training and coaching high performing and high intensity sales teams. She helps to boost revenues. She works with them, teaches them how to work together efficiently, how to generate leads, and how to up-level customer service, how to achieve consistent cash flow. And she uses her 5-step system, which she calls Donatize to Monetize. Very nice, very catchy. Donatize to monetize. So that's her name, Donatize to Monetize. That's the process she uses. So she's got lots of programs, and they're all geared towards making sales teams in ownership or service-based businesses greater. She helps her customers get new clients. She helps the ones with existing clients, sell more to their clients, to their customers. So basically, a few snippets about what she spoke about. Donna's story is a proverbial rags to riches story. She was kicked out of home at the age of 18 because she fell pregnant. Now, she came from an upper middle class family, so it was so unheard of, unexpected, and not tolerable for her to be falling pregnant at 18. So she was kicked out with a 6-week-old baby with $90, and she basically had to fend for herself and make her own way. Now, at the time she was kicked out of home, she had never lived on her own. She'd never held down a job. She knew nothing about bookkeeping, and she was completely on her own with a new baby. So she had to think quickly. She had to think fast on her feet, basically. She managed to get a job. She got some college under her belt. She became a certified trainer. She moved into corporate sales. You know, as she tells it, she moved from being an unmarried pregnant teenager into academia, into sales, you know, becoming a corporate salesperson, and then into academia as well. She moved into corporate sales. Then she calls corporate sales the deep, dark, and dirty of the corporate world. But yes, that's Donna for you. She calls it like it is. Now, she says turning points are learning points. Now, some of the things she's learned from, the one thing she loves to do is to prove people wrong when they tell her that she can't do something. So basically, she's a challenge junkie. If you tell her something can be done, then she's going to do everything she can to prove you wrong. And that's exactly me. That's exactly me. So I could relate with that. And she's also conscious. She was also conscious. How did she keep it going when she was kicked out and she had nowhere to go and all of that? She was conscious of the fact that she had a young life to cater for, and that she had to give them at least the sort of life that she had. And she believed, the things that held her back, she believed, because people had been telling her, her family totally disenfranchised her, totally disowned her. She had no one, you know, basically rooting for her in her corner. And they kept telling her, you're ruined now, you've ruined your life, and no good man will ever want you, and all of that. So because so many people said it to her so much, she started to believe that lie. She started to believe that no way was any good man ever going to want her. So she sets about making the best that she could of her life, but she found that she was dating all the wrong men, because that lie was planted in her head and in her mind and in her psyche, and she was dating all the wrong men, making all the wrong choices, until the point when she knew she had to shift. She was literally like broken down with the wrong decisions and the wrong relationships that she'd been in. And then she basically said to God, God, I can't do this by myself. I'm never going to get it right. I'm never going to make the right choices. Just take over and do it. And she says a month after she spoke those words, a month after she let go and she released herself from that negative mindset, the absolutely perfect man. And when you listen to the replay, which I recommend you get the replay, you'll get to hear how she described what she wanted. She was very specific about what she wanted in a man. And a month later, the absolutely perfect man for her showed up. She didn't marry at the age of 51. She married at age 51. And then she married at age 51. And today she's happy with her husband, because God helped her to get the absolute best. I was distracted there. Absolute best man for her. She believes that you need to find, every person needs to find purpose for being here, for being on earth. It's not about the money that you make in life, even though the money is important, but what matters is what you leave behind you. What absolutely matters is what you leave behind you. You have to know what you have to become. So life is not just having things, but it's also the process of becoming, the process of your character changing or forming to be able to usher you into your best life. She says that if you're in a career or starting a business, you must do your research first. You must learn as much as you can about what you want to go into, and you must make sure that you are clear on exactly what you need. You have to understand your big why. Then when you understand your big why, you know that life, and even if a 9-to-5 job possibly that you don't like, does not have a hold on you. Rather, you have a hold on your job, because you're using your job your job doesn't define you. You're using your job to finance your dream job. And that's what I say to people. I say to my clients when I speak to them all the time, you've got to plan your escape agenda. You've got to plan it well, down to a T. You've got to know the timing. You've got to, so that you don't self-implode, so that you don't self-destruct. You know, for some of us, you know that you're absolutely using your day job to fulfill your dream job. Those things you need to get down pat. You need to get it done properly right, and your job shouldn't take up any more of your time than your employer pays for. By that she means, don't bring your work home. Don't bring your junk from work. Don't bring junk home in your trunk. If there's anything that's gone wrong at work, if work isn't perfect, if work isn't amazing, keep it at work. If they've paid for 9 to 5, at 5 o'clock you work out the office door. Don't bring it home. Your life, your real life, your true life begins when you come home. So don't bring your trash home. That's her advice. And in describing, this fun exercise I'm having with all my speakers, I ask them to, in their own words, define a shine leap and what it means to take a shine leap. Now, this is Donna's definition. A shine leap is that pool in your spirit that tells you that you have spent enough time in the space that you're in right now. And she says, as you begin to transition, so you have spent enough time, there's a pool in your spirit that tells you you have encircled, or you have encompassed this mountain long enough. You have spent enough time in that space that you're in right now, and that it's time to transition. And as you begin to transition, recognize that it's a rebirth. So welcome it. Welcome the ups and downs, the potholes, the upheavals of transition. Welcome everything. If you pack your things, if you're moving house and you put all your stuff in the moving van and you start the journey from the old house to the new house, on the road you'll encounter potholes. But embrace it, come to terms with it, embrace it, because that transition is part of your growth. She speaks of alignment, and she says that her lip shine moment was when she got out of her own way and she left the company of people who were holding her back. She had to move her way, as in physically separate herself from them. She moved to the other side of the city, and all of a sudden they took the position that she lived too far away. But this was deliberate on her part, and it served her purposes, because she wanted to put distance between them and her. Now, if you're in the company of people where you are the kingpin, where you are the best in that company, then you need to move, because you need to be planted where somebody can pull you up higher, where someone in your space and in your circle can challenge you to come up higher and to do more with your life. So if you're the best thing in that circle, you are the main thing, the best person in that circle, then you're in the wrong circle. It's time for you to move on and to relocate and find the company, hang around people who will hold you accountable. She absolutely recognizes the value of that, and she recommends it as well. Now, if there was one powerful, crucial, important thing that she wants people to know, this is it. Do not become a pale imitation of someone else's perception of you. Do not become a pale, and I'm rushing this now because I need to host Brandy, our next speaker, in just a few minutes. Do not become a pale imitation of someone else's perception, because the original, and this is very cliched because everyone knows the statement, but there is value in repeating these things sometimes. The original is always the sharpest than the copies. The original is also most valuable. The original painting, the original artwork is not only the sharpest, the clearest, it's also the most valuable. So do you and be you. And when this is done, I mean, later on, I'll post a little limerick that I wrote on that. Do you and be you. That's absolutely important. And I couldn't agree with Donna more. So she talked to us about assessing opportunities and making your own luck. She says, know that if you have a passion isn't enough. And I think someone else had said it in this discussion in the course of this conference. Just passion is not enough. There will be other people that have, I think it was yesterday, Cheryl Pollins said it, just passion is not enough. There'll be other people that have that same passion. So you have to go from passion to niching yourself. You have to go from passion to articulating what exactly you want to use, you want to achieve that passion, whose life you want to impact, whose life you want to change. There is a difference between your natural tendencies and your learned behavior. Your natural tendencies are the things that lead you down the path of glory, the shine factor, why call your shine. But there are also learned behavior, which even though you might do it really well, that's not really who you are. So it speaks of knowing what your natural tendencies are, as well as talked about her natural tendencies. what they are. She talks about what her learned behavior is. She's absolutely clear on that, and she comments that you and I get clear on that as well. And then she says, one key way, if you're clueless right now, you don't know what your natural tendencies are, you've never done the Search My Soul exercise, you have no clue, you've not done the mirror exercise. She says, just do something really simple. Make a list of everything you know how to do. She doesn't care what it is. She doesn't, just anything that you can dredge up from your memory that you know how to do. Start with all the different types of jobs and all the different, whether it's volunteering or something you were paid for. Put them down on a list. It might take you a couple of days as things keep coming back to your memory. Write everything down and then start to draw a line through all the things, all the jobs, all the tasks and all of that you never ever want to try again. You never want to do it again. You were not so hot or so crazy about it when you did it even, and you never want to go down that path again. Then when you get down to perhaps the last 5, then begin to prioritize those 5. Put them in order of importance. What's more important? What do you enjoy more than the other? Put them in order of importance. And then begin to write down what your values are. And this is from a program that she's doing right now, which she's doing with her students. This is their homework for this weekend. So we're really lucky to be getting this. She says, go out and talk to 3 people who know you really well. And then ask them, how would you introduce me? Ask these 3 people, how would you introduce me? If I asked you to introduce me, how would you introduce me? Then also go to 3 people who know and respect you and ask them, how would you describe me in 1 word? Not 2, not 3, 1 word. How would you describe me in 1 word? So those 2 things can probably help some of us in this season of our lives, because she says perception equals reality. Your perception equals your reality, and the way people see you matters to you whether you like it or not. So you need to know how people see you so that you can then begin to, work on that, internalize it. What does it mean? And then you can start to, take it from there. And she gave us a gift, which I'm not going to share on here because it's for the people who are registered, who are captured in our database, and who are attending the conference. So what we will do, she gave us 2 gifts. What we will do will be to go out by email to every single person who's registered for the Leap and Shine conference, and we will share not just Donna's gifts, but the gifts that has been shared or have been shared by every single speaker so far. Guys, I am out of here. Remember that the conference audio will be available on the final day, and I recommend you get it, and I recommend you listen to it over and over again and pull out the points that matter to you and begin to implement them. It's not what you know, but it's what you do with what you know. That's what counts. So you can know and read all the books in the world. If you're not implementing them, you're not getting learning points from them and changing your life by those learning points, then you're not going to go anywhere. In 2017, guys, there's no gainsaying. It's absolutely the year to break out of limitation, break out of containment, and go for more. So I'm going to jump off now and get ready to host my next guest, my next speaker, Brandy and Miller. I've worked with Brandy before. I absolutely respect her brain. She is a wise person. She's very prudent in the way she speaks and reasons, and I know that we are in for, and her story is very gripping. She's been through some really dark things. She calls herself a hot mess. And out of that hot mess of her life came her message. So I'm really looking forward to interviewing Brandy. It will be amazing. We are on at 9:30, which is in exactly 6 minutes from now. If you need a cup of something to drink, like I'm doing now with my Leap and Shine mug, guys, I'm so proud of these props. My Leap and Shine t-shirt and my Leap and Shine mug, and of course my Leap and Shine pen. Sometimes visuals matter. Visuals matter because they connect you with your dream, with where you're going. So it's absolutely important. Behind me here you'll see my Leap and Shine banner. So I've spared no cost. I've gone through the process because I absolutely believe that the Leap and Shine conference is here to stay, and it's here to touch people's lives, and it's here to make people see the potentials for their lives, and not only see the potentials but start to walk towards those potentials so that they can live their best life now, not tomorrow, but now. That's what all of this is about. So Brandy comes on in the next 5 minutes. If you need to grab a coffee, grab a cup of tea, take a toilet break, grab a cup of water, please do, and join me again at 9:30. Forward this as an inbox to someone, send someone an SMS or a BBM message. Just tell someone who needs to be on this conference to join. Let them know they're not paying for anything. It's free of charge. They don't need to come to a physical space. It's from the comfort of their their home, their office, their car, or wherever they are. And we are on Zoom. Tonight, Zoom is our primary platform. And if you look in our community, the Leap and Shine community, invite them to join the Leap and Shine community so they can get all the information that they need. If you look in the Leap and Shine community, you'll see the login details for Zoom. So please send that as an inbox to all your friends, and let's have a full house at 9:30 to welcome Brandy. Brandy's session is going to be amazing. Take it from me. I'll see you at 9:30. Thank you for being in my corner. Thank you for doing yourself the favor of opening yourself up to the potentials for your life. Amazing stuff.